Victim versus creator mindset. That's something to really think about. Life is real. And what I mean by life is real is it happens right now. Different challenges arise in our life, different situations that seem unfair, struggles, temptations, many just different facets of life. And it happens to everybody. We all come across trials, adversity, trying times, mountains, obstacles, whatever we want to call it. And that's why I say life is real. And I want to pose the question to get us to think inwardly, to look at that inventory. Are we being a victim or are we being a creator? The victim mindset stops us from seeing and acting on choices that could put us ahead in life. That's the victim mindset. The creator looks to find the opportunity in each situation. And as we come across situations in life and they're a struggle, is how are we viewing what we are going through? What are we doing about the struggle we are going through? Because our response to the struggle will dictate the outcome that we have in life. It will dictate the outcome of the struggle or the adversity. It's interesting how we even view struggle or adversity. I used to, as problems used to come, I used to be the crier. Like, man, I can't believe this is happening. Why is this happening to me? I don't see this happening to other people. Why I always get the bad hand. I would gripe and cry about the situation. And I remember this older gentleman shared to me, he said, your blessing is in what you're going through. And I'm looking at him like, my blessing, like, what are you talking about? This is, I'm not trying to go through none of this. You know what I mean? I don't want to be experiencing this. And he highlighted to me that every time you come across a trying situation, it's an opportunity for growth. And that's what a struggle is. That's what adversity is. Either the problem overcomes us or we overcome the problem. And if we learn to develop the creator mindset in the midst of the problem, it's when we begin to create and imagine what can we do to rectify or to get over the obstacle. And that's where the growth comes in. That's where we're able to build new skills. That's where we're able to see our weakness. That's where we're able to capitalize and grow through character development. So it's the struggles, it's the adversity that allows us to have that growth that's necessary. It's interesting. You can see a rich person or see somebody that's very successful. You can say, man, I wish I was in that position. But the interesting thing is this. You have to be qualified to be in that position. And what I mean by qualified is I can take you immediately and put you in a position where you're prosperous. But if you don't have the character, you won't be able to sustain that position that is prosperous. I don't know if you ever seen somebody that plays the drums. And if you're watching as they play the drums, one hand's beating to a different sequence. The other hand is beating to a different sequence. And then the legs are even moving as it's hitting the drum to a different sequence. And you see that as different patterns of life. As we go through life, a person is playing many different roles. You can be a father, you can be a husband, you can be an uncle, you can be a brother, you can be an employee at a job, you can be a boss at a job. And your ability in each situation to play to that drumming pattern or that musical pattern of life is what qualifies you to make that beautiful sound. And this is what I talk about being qualified. And this is what the struggles and the adversity of life does for us. It allows us to gain that character development. It allows us to gain the necessary skills to get to where we want to be in life. And this is a mental inside work that we do as individuals. And so, as you're going through your day, as you wake up, monitor yourself. What's going on with me today? How am I feeling today? As you come across different situations, different struggles, monitor how you're responding to that situation. Because life, and I love to say this because it's so important, life does not care about us crying. The problem does not respond to crying. The problem doesn't respond to any of the victim mindset. The problems, the adversity, the struggles that we go through in life, the only thing that they respond to is a creative mindset to deal with the situation. And this is for everybody. If you ever watch the Animal Channel, and you'll see a young gazelle or a deer has a little baby doe. As soon as the little baby is born into the world, that baby is already being sought by other predators. And sometimes you'll see a bear or a lion coming around, and that cub has to stay real still and hide, or it's gonna get ate. And you could look at it and say, oh man, that's sad. I can't believe this is happening to the little cub. But that's what I mean by life is real. Life is real like that. And it's like that for us as individuals. Everyone has the capacity to be great. God has gifted everybody with ability, with gifts, and with talents. But it's locked on the inside. And each situation that we go through unlocks that potential. It's like I explained to you about a seed. When you plant the seed into the ground, the seed dies. But as the seed dies, it grows into a tree. As the tree grows, it produces fruit. Those fruit produce more seeds. The potential is inside of the seed, but the seed has to be planted in the ground. In each individual, there is great potential inside of you. But that potential must be brought out through being the creator in the adversity that we go through. And this is why having that creator mindset is so important when we come across situations, when we come across struggles, when we come across those hard times. Because as you and we develop this mindset to say, how can I outcome or overcome in this situation? What can I do to turn this situation around? We unlock that potential that's inside of us, and we become a better person for that in that day. So that's the food for thought that I have for us today.